everything. I blow dried my hair last night, so I'm not gonna need to blow dry my hair. And yes, I'm getting right into the video. We know why we here. Y'all, this is new. I'm like, we here. What I like to do is like start my parting first. So I like to do like a rough draft. Cause to me, parting is the longest part of braiding. I'm recently starting to wear my hair longer. And what I mean longer is either I like to keep it braided or if not braided, it would be like curly. I have curly hair, it's probably like this long versus long hair. Is what I mean by that. I don't know if you get what I'm saying if you're a natural. So this is where we do voiceovers. It took me about an hour to part my hair or section it or put squiggly lines in it because it wasn't symmetrical. Well, you know what? Actually, I lied. I'm such a perfectionist. It was symmetrical, but it was not like even, if that makes sense. And if it don't make sense, you will definitely see when I get there. But I like to part and then I throw a rubber band on it and then I separated it completely down the middle and then I did one side and then I did the other side and kind of use that one side to look at like the blueprint, if you will. So go ahead and enjoy that. I'm gonna play a little music for y'all. So I don't know why I said that I was gonna play some music. I told y'all I don't know how the heck to do any of that. I'm new to this. So we just go and talk because it would have been nice to play some music. But you know, I couldn't find no Bruno Mars, I couldn't find no K Michelle, like I couldn't find no like just no soft tracks, no nothing. But anyways, so after I do this side, this is where the mirroring begins. So I'm on to the other side, but the other side, I did like two parts in the back and I went straight to the front as you can see. And then I went to the middle. It's just the way my mind works, but it ended up working. And you'll see in a second what it comes to be, what it looks like. Again, I just wanted to see what it would sound like if I had like the background sped up and still playing the volume, and I ain't like that. Now that I have my hair up and parted, they not the best parts, and just like anything else, I have my sides, you know what I'm saying? Like, I like this side or I like that side. I think this side is my best, so this is the side I'm gonna start on. So first, what I always do is make sure we separate it down the middle, and give it a couple little twists, clip it up with a silver clip, okay? Now let's go ahead and start, so back. And I didn't even really do a lot of parts. I think I got like a total of 12, maybe 14 parts. I like to, the width of my hair when it's in the rubber band, that's how much hair I enjoy using when I'm doing my feed-ins. Yes, I do feed-ins on myself because it kind of, it makes my hairstyle last longer. Like as you can see, I haven't really even been like touching my hair, but just because I have a natural curl, my hair's already curling up. So usually if I try to braid it, it'll last for about 6 days and then it'll start looking fuzzier and fuzzier and fuzzier. Why? And this is the moment I thought to myself a lot. Anyways, so because my hair is in 3 parts, it makes it that much easier for me to go ahead and get straight into it. So what I like to do is go in with my wax and I'll put that all over the parted area. and then I like to comb that through from the top to the end. And when I do my feed-ins, I braid it really tight, or at least I try to, 2 times at the top. 1, 2, and then I'll add a piece of hair. And then I'll do it again. 1, and on that second number 2, I'll put wax in my hand and I'll grab the hair and then I'll braid that in like that. And I just try to be very light-handed because I don't want to pull, and the braid tends to slip if you do pull. But as soon as I get all 3 additional strands or added pieces of hair in my head, I will like start braiding, and I'll do like wax every 3. So I'll braid, 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 wax, braid, 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 wax. And getting the perfect amount of hair for your feed-ins to look as natural as possible is to do the ponytail method like I have in my head. Every piece of my hair is sectioned off, so I can grab that section and feel the thickness of it with my 3 fingers. See how I just did with the hair? I'll do the same thing in my head. So I'll have like this little thin piece of hair every 3 braids. So it starts off kind of chunky, and then when you break it down, it's like 3 hairs of 50 or something like that. Not really 50. Don't be exact with me, girl and boy. I'm just, hopefully somewhere in this video I like re-demonstrate slower what I'm trying to say. But yeah, so the density of the synthetic hair and the density of the ponytail of my hair has to match. And when it matches, it comes out seamless. It looks like it's growing straight from your hair. Sometimes feed-ins can get thin, thick, and then thin again, or they be chunky right at the root. I don't like that. I like for it to look like my hair through and through. And you'll see exactly what I mean in a second. And then I just, braid it all the way down using the 3-3-3 method. And here we are with side 1 done. I hope y'all can see that. But let's give it natural. Let's give it straight from the scalp. But I know I need to like work on my parting. Like I can see that myself. Don't clock me for that. Eventually, I'll get there. But let's go ahead and do this side, and I'll come back to you guys when I'm in the front. All right, so I have made it to the point of, the front as promised. So this is where we are right now. I don't know what y'all see, but editing this and looking back, it was actually really good. It is what it is. So we gonna go ahead and continue, and I'm gonna show you up close how I get the perfect size for my feed-ins, like a flow. And I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna try to. Yeah. So I grab the ponytail part and I see how thick it is, what it feels like. Then I take my hair and I grab it like this and I see how thick that is, and do it kind of like resemble the same type thing. Do I look washed out? I don't know. First couple videos, welcome to YouTube. Nobody gave me a crash course, but this and this. I think I'm gonna add a little more, this much more to that. Then yes, so after I get the perfect, sizing, I'll go ahead and put my wax around the whole perimeter, combing that through from the scalp all the way to the end. And more so in the front, because I can actually see what I'm doing. I use the back of the comb to like push the hair down and kind of like mold it before I start braiding it. And then you see I'm gonna braid it twice. 1, 2, as tight as possible, and I'm going to add that piece of hair. That's how I add it. Hold it to add it, but I'm going to go ahead and add that, and you see me braid twice and then add another piece of hair. You see, I braid twice and then I add another piece of hair. But every time I'm adding a piece of hair, there is wax on my fingers as well. And then after that, I'll go, this is the braid I actually did over after the video was like done. I just kept looking at it and I'm like, it just don't look right. So y'all will see what I mean when the whole head is done, how this braid like stands out. So I ended up redoing that braid, but go from the top all the way to the bottom as far as you can. And also with my feed-ins, I don't do the rope or the tie-in method at the end. I just let it do what it do, baby. And then again, same exact thing. I'm testing the density, how thick the ponytail is, and then I'm matching it up with the synthetic hair. And that was me holding up the two strands just to show you how thin it was with just two. I separated those two into three. So I put the wax all the way around the perimeter. Most of the time, I don't put it on my scalp because I like to grease my scalp afterwards, and I think the wax will create a barrier for the grease not to do its job. But you see, I'll use the back of the comb and mold it before I start braiding it. So I do that all during the front. I braid it twice, and then again, that's when I start adding the hair, y'all. Like, to finish my whole entire head, y'all, it literally took me 4 hours. Like, this is 4 hours of footage in one break. Just one break. It was like 15 minutes. You know what I'm saying? I had to drink some coffee in the afternoon, child. I was doing too much. My arms was hurting. Now, if y'all could tell in this video, I'm sunscreen. I'm not even sunscreen. I'm sunburnt. Like, I grew up thinking that, people with melanin couldn't get a sunburn. And guess what? I got a sunburn and I'm crispy and it hurts. And this is my first time. I've never had to use sunscreen, y'all. But moving to California, I guess it was like, got to tell you something. And burnt the hell out of me on the 4th of July. But anyways, back to what I'm doing. Braiding my hair. Yeah, and this is the one that I had to take down and redo because you can see in this clip how wonky it looks. And this was the last braid, y'all. And I don't know about y'all, if y'all ever braided y'all hair, but I felt like I could not go on anymore. Like, this was so painful for me, like, mentally, physically, and emotionally. Like, I was like, oh my goodness, you know how you, like, at the last one, and your fingers be cramping, and you just be like, on a desert with no water. I can't go on. But I was at the finish line. So I got through with it. Even though I did this braid like 2 or 3 times because my arms was tired. I was ready to be done, which is why I try to have my hairstyle stay in longer than a week and a half or something. Because it's a lot braiding long hair. Like, in general, it's a lot. So if your beautician charging you to braid your long hair, if you ain't braiding it yourself, you know it's a lot. I don't do nobody else's hair, don't ask. I do my household, little spoon and super spoon, and me, big spoon. That's it. All right, spoonies, and that is it. I am done with my hair. So this is how I braid my hair. No, I'm not professional. Do I get the job done? Absolutely. And I know this wasn't like a tutorial, but if you want a tutorial on how I actually do my feed-ins, just let me know in the comments below. And if you are watching this and enjoyed this, please make sure you subscribe. If you got some tips and tricks from this, subscribe. If I actually did a good job, in all of our opinion, subscribe to 3 Silver Spoons. Thanks, Spoonies. See you soon. Hold on, y'all. I just found some music last minute. Listen to this.